Hey everybody, how's it going? Got another video for you to react to. Just want to get right into this one. Let's see if I can. There we go. So got another Courtney Ryan to react. I just came across this. She just uploaded this 3 hours ago. Stream. So let's check this one out. This one is how to be more masculine in dating and relationships from a woman's perspective. All right, let's see what she thinks. Yeah, so videos like this are her own actual opinion.
At PetSmart Kitchen, we're sharing helpful hacks to make your dog's mealtime extra special.
Shut up.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Courtney Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about how to be more masculine. Now, there are definitely some interesting views on masculinity and how it translates to dating and relationships, some of which I think can be pretty unhelpful or just untrue, and some others that could in fact make your dating experience and or life in general more positive overall. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how masculinity can help in dating and relationships. Keep in mind that every relationship is unique and we have to leave room for nuance. The way in which we view masculinity on an individual level is often deeply influenced by our culture. Different cultures have varying norms, expectations, values. So this is going to vary from person to person or relationship to relationship. So just keep that in mind. I think when a man is masculine, it can truly allow the woman in his life to feel more feminine in the process. At least that's been my own personal experience. I would love to hear your experiences down in the comments, and I'd be happy to make a video about femininity as well if you guys want to see it. So the first way to be more masculine in your relationships is to show integrity and reliability. Integrity is all about being honest and consistent in your actions and values, while reliability is about being dependable and keeping your promises. That not only you make to other people, but also to yourself. Show the people in your life that you have integrity and you're reliable. You really want to follow through on your commitments, be honest in your communication, and ensure that your actions are aligning with your words. Being someone your significant other can count on makes you more masculine. Simply put here, be a man of your word. This is one of the most masculine and healthy things that you can do for your relationships. Integrity sort of just amplifies these positive qualities that tend to be traditionally associated with masculinity. Responsible, secure, confident in his beliefs. Integrity makes a man more dependable. When a man consistently does what he says he will do, it's going to create trust. I think being reliable and trustworthy are qualities that many people associate with masculinity because they involve taking responsibility and being someone that others can count on. Another thing to mention here is own up to your mistakes and be willing to make amends when necessary. Take responsibility for your role in the relationship's dynamics and work on self-improvement. You really want to be able to recognize when you're wrong or when you have something to work on and actively work on the problem instead of pointing fingers at other people or refusing to take accountability. So all that to say, a way to be more masculine in your relationships is to be a man of integrity, be someone reliable that the people your life can count on, and be a man of your word. If you feel
yeah, I think she's kind of going about it in a bit of a simplistic way, but yeah, generally speaking, it's like, I don't know, I could just hear a feminist talking about this and saying like, oh well, what she's actually saying is that dishonesty is feminine or something stupid like that. I could just hear a feminist running her mouth like that. But yeah, generally speaking, I do agree. It's like she's basically saying like just don't be a hypocrite, which yeah, that's kind of advice for both men and women, you know. So I don't know if that's necessarily a masculine or a more manly thing to do. And again, like keeping your promises, it's like this is just don't be a hypocrite and be honest. It's, again, I don't know if I would classify that as masculine. I mean, it is something that people should do, but I don't know about that one.
like this is something you could work on, consider getting help through therapy with today's sponsor, BetterHelp.
Ugh.
BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who is trained to listen and give you helpful, unbiased advice to support you, all from the comfort of your own home. Visit betterhelp.com/Courtney Ryan or choose Courtney Ryan during sign up. Hear, and understand. When you actively try to see and hear and understand someone, you're creating an environment for them to be more vulnerable with you, to feel safe and secure with you. So when I say see, hear, and understand, what you're really doing is creating emotional safety and stability in your relationships. This will make the woman in your life feel emotionally safe, which is just as important as feeling physically safe, which is something that I think is often stressed more in terms of masculinity. I always see things online about physical protection, but I think this emotional aspect really gets overlooked. I think an important element.
So she's kind of hitting on a point that I often make about women and relationships is that, there's three core things that all women want from their man, right? Financial stability, physical safety, and emotional security. So I think she's going to be hitting on that. I think she's touching on that actually right here. So I'm going to let her go for a little bit.
Of masculinity is providing emotional safety for your significant other that ultimately will allow your relationship to flourish. Now, emotional strength involves being resilient, calm, supportive, especially during tough times or hard conversations. I would encourage you to practice emotional regulation, stay composed under pressure, and offer a steady, reassuring presence. I'm not telling you that you perfect or you can never be upset or angry. These are normal emotions that are normal for humans to feel, but I do think it's really important to work on your emotional regulation and the way in which you respond. You want to make sure you're being thoughtful about your responses and less reactive. I think someone who is very erratic in the way that they respond to things is not creating an environment where the person in your life is going to feel emotionally safe with you. So I think this is so important and a huge sign that a guy is mature and masculine. Show empathy and understanding while also maintaining your own emotional health. This emotional stability is a hallmark of mature masculinity, showing that a man can handle complexity and conflict well. I think striving to see, hear.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely agree with that one because it's the bit about while also taking care of your own emotional health. It's like building up a woman and destroy, doesn't have to come at the cost of destroying yourself. So that much I can definitely, I think I can agree with her as well. So she's doing pretty all right in this video. I don't always agree with everything she says, so I think that's why I kind of like watching her content. Is it's like, she'll say something and it's like, not so much. Sometimes she hits the nail on the head, and sometimes she's like way off. So I think I think that's why I like watching her. Is like I'm more or less her fact checker than anything else. So, from a man's perspective, it's like, no, she's off on that one. No, but this one, I definitely think she's definitely onto something here.
And understand someone shows deep respect for them. This respect is going to elevate your relationship and reinforce your role as both a protector and a supporter. The desire to see, hear, and understand your partner doesn't diminish your masculinity. It enhances it. It demonstrates a few things. One, that you're strong enough to engage fully in your relationship. Two, you're confident enough to be vulnerable. And lastly here, you're wise enough to know that true connection requires understanding. All of these things are going to deepen your relationship and reflect a mature, well-rounded masculinity. The next thing is to stay focused and disciplined. I think one of the first ways to do this is by committing to your own goals and values. Having clear goals and values gives you a strong sense of direction, which is often associated with masculinity, traditionally. By staying focused on what matters to you or you and your significant other, you're going to demonstrate leadership and a commitment to your relationship. When you have discipline and sticking to your goals and values, this is going to build trust. When you keep the promises you make to yourself and other people, your significant other will see that you're dependable and that you stand by your commitments. This reliability reassures your partner that they can count on you, as I mentioned earlier in the video. Being disciplined also means making your relationship a priority, whether it's through regular date nights, open communication, setting aside time for meaningful, deep conversations. This focus is going to show that you're dedicated to putting in the work to connection. However, I do think staying disciplined also involves setting boundaries between your work, your personal interests, and the time that you put into your relationship. And the person you're with needs to understand that as well. Ultimately, your discipline sets a positive example. And I think by showing commitment and focus into your own personal growth, your career, the relationship, you can inspire and motivate the woman in your life to strive for the same. Having a focused approach here is also going to show that you're proactive. By staying focused and disciplined, again, with yourself, with other things in your life, your relationship, you're going to demonstrate these key aspects of masculinity like leadership, strength, and reliability. These qualities not only help you grow as an individual, but also create a better, more stable, more fulfilling relationship long term. And lastly here, take initiative and embrace leadership. I know leadership has sort of come up a few times already in the video, but I wanted to elaborate on it a little bit more because I do think that it's important. Being a leader in your relationship doesn't mean dominating. It doesn't mean making every single decision on your own with no help from your significant other, but it means taking responsibility and guiding or making decisions that are going to benefit both people involved. Now, this will obviously look different for some of you depending on what stage your relationship is in and other varying factors, but it could be doing things like taking initiative and planning dates, discussing future goals, stepping up to solve problems, or try to figure out a solution.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So this is one thing that gets really tiring. Take initiative and plan dates and do this and do that and do that. Women, sometimes guys are just fucking tired and we don't want to be the fucking leader 24/7. Come up with your because especially when we have to take leadership in like even the most mundane shit, like just even something as simple as like, what are we having for dinner? Okay, a guy doesn't fucking want to be a leader in that. It's like just pick something. This is the fucking part that kills me. Okay, it's not feminine or not masculine to just not want to be a fucking leader all the fucking time, Fuck, sometimes a goddamn leader needs a break. Shit. Like, name me one freaking position of authority where there isn't a co-something or other, okay? A co-pilot, the co-manager, or the assistant manager, or the freaking vice president. Like, every leader needs a fucking break, So that's kind of what a woman's supposed to be. That's kind of what a woman in a relationship is supposed to be. You're the co-pilot, okay? Take over when the pilot, sometimes the pilot needs to take a piss. Will you take the controls for a minute? So just the whole thing about just being a leader, it's like, okay, fine, I'll take. And another problem that happens way too often in relationships is like when the man's trying to take the fucking lead, but then the woman just wants to freaking argue with him about everything. Like, we just shut up and just do this thing, like, gotta get a freaking argument over it all the goddamn time. It's like, dude, it's like you don't want to freaking come up with the goddamn plan, but then when a man comes up with is taking the lead, I don't want to do that. It's like, then what the fuck are you doing? Then what the, you don't want to take the fucking lead, but you don't want to follow me either. Well, then fuck off. So yeah, this whole leadership thing is, I'm not. Again, women learn when to step up and when to step back. Okay, that's the problem. That's the problem with a lot of relationships these days. But then of course you talk to these fucking feminists, and the women is never to blame. It gets old.
There are truly so many different ways that you can take initiative and be a good leader within your relationship. As many of you probably already know, a huge part of being a leader also includes being an effective communicator and making sure that you're being open and honest, as well as creating a space where your significant other feels comfortable being open and honest with you too. This points back to that emotional safety conversation that I talked about earlier. I think it's also important to remember that a strong leader seeks growth not only for themselves, but also for the partnership, for both people in the relationship. And you can do this by pursuing personal development, such as maybe advancing your career, learning new skills, improving your health, and encouraging your partner to do the same, as I mentioned before. Additionally, here, maybe start initiating activities that are going to promote mutual growth, taking classes together, reading books. These could be about personal development or relationships, or just enjoying something together, or setting shared goals. The point here is to lead by example. You are the sum of the 5 people that you surround yourself with the most. And I think it's safe to say that your significant other is absolutely one of those 5 people. I think this really comes down to leading by example and being a leader within your relationship that make the people around you want to be better too. I think when you better yourself and you work on yourself and you improve different areas of your life, it not only helps you be a better you, but it also makes you better for the people in your life as well, in more ways than just one. And just to share a personal example here, when I see my husband make positive changes in his life, when he eats healthy, when he works out, when he works really hard in his business, it makes me want to work on those areas of my life too and show up as the best me that I can be, not only for myself, but also for him. So take initiative, be a leader, lead by example, and your relationship will improve because of it. That is all I have for 4 ways that men can be more masculine in their relationships. What you think down in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I know masculinity can be kind of a touchy subject because of all the things online.
It's necessarily a touchy subject. It's just patronizing listening to women tell us how to be masculine. That's the problem. It's like got all the I don't tell you how to be more feminine. I don't tell you how to well, if you were a real woman, it's like, no, shut the fuck up. Okay. Now I know. I clicked on the video. I chose to do the reaction, but come on. It's like listening to women like tell men how to be real men. If you were a real man, you'd do this. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna freaking listen to you and your freaking ramblings about how to be a real man, because some other woman might have a completely different interpretation. So it's like I'm just doing my own damn thing. Okay, you either get with the program or get off. Okay, either get on the wagon or get left behind. Either way, don't care.
But overall here, even taking the masculinity element out of it, I think these are just ways to be a better significant other, to be a better boyfriend, to be a better husband, and to ultimately influence your relationship in a positive and healthy way that's going to help it flourish long term. So again, even if you take the masculinity aspect out of it, I think all of these things are wonderful to start doing and will definitely help out your relationships if you aren't already doing them. So let me know what you think down in the comments. If you like this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well on a more personal level. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.
All right, so this was definitely one of her not far off videos. Hold on a second. Stop sharing. Where the fuck am I? There we go. Okay, so yeah, this was definitely one of her better videos, I would say, because it's like, for the most part, she's not wrong for the most part. Just like I said, one of her better videos. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this live stream here. I hope you all enjoyed this. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help out my channel and all that. And I'll catch you guys all later. Take care.